too long, didn't read, abbreviated TL Doctor by internet commenters who can't be bothered to spell out all of 4 words, could be our new national motto, a reflection of society's shrinking attention span, Twitter's generous doubling of its character limit notwithstanding. We live in a world that tends to ignore complex ideas that can't be dumbed down to fit on a TV ticker, which might explain why, according to Honda's research, 73% of consumers have no idea what a plug-in hybrid is. Indeed, plug-ins can be complicated. Consider the Clarity, which like its peers wants to be both a zero-emission battery electric vehicle and a range anxiety-defeating, gasoline-burning hybrid. Its primary locomotion comes via a 181 horsepower electric motor that pulls juice from a 17.0 kWh lithium-ion battery pack. Charging from a 240-volt tap takes about 2.5 hours. From a standard 120-volt wall plug it's more like 12. With its battery full, the Clarity can travel an EPA-estimated 48 miles on electricity before it has to fire up a 103 horsepower 1.5-liter inline-4, extending total range to an EPA-rated 340 miles. The gasoline engine mostly spins as a generator to provide additional current to the motor and recharge the battery, but it also can assist in directly driving the wheels, bringing the car's total horsepower to 212. This version of the Clarity carries a combined rating of 110 electrons and 42 miles per gallon on gasoline. The Clarity certainly isn't the most complex plug-in hybrid in the world, only its front wheels are driven, for starters, but compared with something like the Chrysler Pacifica PHEV, which is just as simple to operate as the regular version of the minivan, the Clarity seems like a product designed by engineers for engineers, which is odd, since Honda seems serious about giving the Clarity a mass-market appeal, what with it being a true midsize sedan with a real trunk and a roomy back seat that makes it a legitimate 5-passenger vehicle. Indeed, the PHEV will be the volume leader for the Clarity nameplate, which also includes battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell models. All 3 share body structures and similar underpinnings, with a front strut suspension and a rear multi-link setup. But the plug-in model is the only one sold in all 50 states and the only one you can actually buy, period. The fuel cell Clarity is offered for lease only, and that's just in California, while the battery electric model can be leased in Oregon in addition to the Golden State. Honda has barely moved 1,000 of those 2 models combined this year. The Clarity PHEV went on sale on December 1st with a base price of $34,290 and a long list of standard equipment including Honda Sensing driver assistance features. An additional $3,200 buys the leather and nav-equipped Touring model. But the real issue surrounding the price is whether buyers will get to use the existing $7,500 federal tax credit, which is threatened by the new tax law currently being reconciled by Congress. Honda says it expects to sell about 75,000 Clarities, all 3 models combined, over the next 4 years. Even that relatively small number could prove to be an ambitious target to achieve without the subsidy. On the road, the Clarity feels a lot like an overloaded Accord. Honda says the plug-in Clarity has a curb weight that tops 4,000 pounds. Which makes it between 600 and 900 pounds heavier than the company's family sedan. While the Clarity has a premium feel to its well-damped ride, the tight handling of the new Accord is nowhere to be found, compromised by the many extra pounds of batteries under the back seat. Their placement gives the car a low center of gravity, but the Clarity feels as if it reaches the edge of its cornering limits prematurely, despite relatively wide 235/45 R18 tires. Steering effort is low, with oodles of electric assist and some feedback, but not a lot. Isolation from road and engine noise, however, is mostly excellent, at least until you encounter a steep hill with the battery depleted, in which case the little gas engine has to rev to the sky to keep the car moving. That value proposition hasn't changed since the first Chevrolet Volt was sold exactly 7 years ago this week. The industry hasn't had much success explaining the plug-in hybrid in the interim, even as the number of PHEVs on the market has gone from just 1 in 2011 to more than 2 dozen for the 2018 model year. Good luck, Honda. You'll need it.